In this episode 4 of Demystifying the Mysteries Surrounding Person with Disability or Disability, I want to outline some importance why it is important to show love, to show compassion, to show care to persons with disability, because by the virtue of that disability, from physical point of view, they are vulnerable, and in that vulnerability, God is so interested in their well-being, in their welfare, and in that when anybody also chooses to show kindness, to show compassion, to show care to persons with disability, that person also earns the favor of God, because anything God is interested in and you human beings you're also interested in, it means that you have become a co-partner, or you and God have become a business partner. In Job chapter 29 verse 15, Job says, I was the eyes to the blind and I was the feet to the lame. What does it mean? Many people talk about how God restored Job double, triple portions of all that he lost, but the secret behind what Job was doing, many people don't know. One interesting aspect of Job is this, which I would like to share. Job was somebody who never jokes with persons with disability. He would time to time organize party for them, organize screen for them, organize all manner of things that will make their well-being better off. That was what Job consecrated his resources, devoted his resources, commissioned his resources doing for persons with disability. And for that matter, God is obliged. For that matter, God was under obligation to reward him beyond measure in order to allow him to do more than he was doing. So, when you are an individual, you always take the interests of persons with disability as your interest, the problems of disability as your problem, the needs of disability as your needs. God himself, the supreme being himself, the great spirit himself, the source of all sources, the mysteries of all mysteries, the cause of all causes, the uncreated creator of the universe, will never joke with you. So with this, I want to encourage and admonish each and every one of us to develop love, compassion, care for person with disability. That is why if you read Leviticus chapter 19 verse 14, Leviticus chapter 19 verse 14, it says, anyone who puts a stumbling block before a blind person will be under a curse, said the Lord. Leviticus chapter 19 verse 14. God says anybody who puts a blockade, a hindrance, an impediment on the way or in the life of persons with disability. In this context, they are specific with visually challenged, but it is only not visually challenged persons, any persons with disability, that you who's supposed to make life better, who's supposed to make things happen, who's supposed things to be a bit easier for persons with disability, and you refuse to do it. What you can do, the support you can give, and you refuse to give, Bible says you are putting a stumbling block, you are putting an impediment, you are putting a blockade before a person with disability, and the Bible says you will be under a curse. And any nation that prioritize the needs of their persons with disability, their vulnerable segment of the society, they are marginalized, they are destitute. God Himself rewards that nation beyond measure. So my word to you is that do good to person with disability, do good to all manner of person with disability, do good to the marginalized, the destitute, the vulnerable segment of the society. Because if you read Proverbs chapter 19, verse 17, it says, anyone who shows mercy to the poor, he has learned to God, and his reward will never be denied him. Proverbs 19:17. So if you show kindness to the poor, the needy, the vulnerable, the person with disability, Bible says, God said, you have learned unto him, and your reward will never be denied. God be with us all.